Okay, good morning, team, and welcome to our remote working video. I wanted to take a few moments to ask you a few questions about how you're enjoying, or perhaps not, working remotely during this COVID-19 pandemic. So I'm going to start with you, Craig. How long have you been working remotely, and what's your setup like?
Okay, so I've been working remotely about 4 weeks now, and the setup I have is I have an office, and it's not very sophisticated, but it works. I've got good internet and so on. Yeah, so I've set it up so that I've got a big screen, so I've got good ergonomics and things like that, and I've got used to using technology like Zoom and things like that. So yeah, I feel quite connected, but it's never the same as being face to face with people.
Great. I'm going to ask you next, Emma. How are you loving your new routine? And do you have any tips that help you stay productive and positive every day?
I wouldn't say I love my new routine, but I've been part of remote working for a lot longer than the social distancing measures that we've been doing for the past month. I do love it. It has its pros and it has its cons, but obviously you are quite isolated, and particularly if you have children, you get less adult time. So as a parent, it can be quite difficult communicating only in physical form with a child 24 hours a day only. Tips to stay positive though are to keep to your routine. My routine is my savior. So I find that I do the same things every day. I eat lunch the same every day. I will continue to do my gym classes via Zoom every day, and just as normal as possible, and reach out to people. Don't ever be afraid, because anyone that you call, even if it's a friend or a work colleague, they're going through exactly the same thing that you are. So it's important that you remember that always, and it's okay to just pick up the phone and they'll be so happy to have a chat with you. So keeping in contact is the best tip.
Over to you now, Glenn. Can you tell us if you have any clever ideas so you can remain feeling included in society?
I think a lot of people might find some extra time on their hands. That's if they haven't got kids to look after at home. So one thing I'm very pleased about is I'm a member of the Rotary Club of Sydney, and whilst we don't get as engaged in face-to-face activities as we used to before the lockdown, there's still a lot of Zoom meetings that we have, and we still have major projects that we're running, immunization programs for the Pacific Islands, for example. And all this stuff is still going on. So getting into daily conversations with fellow Rotarians is something that I find very useful. And I'll recommend to anybody, if there's an opportunity, if you have the time, to do some not-for-profit work, then that's certainly one way to keep engaged.
Wonderful. Over to you, Hayley. Can you tell us any show that you're watching at the moment, any book that you're reading, any podcast you're listening? What do you keep busy with at home?
Just to have something to look forward to at the end of the day, I definitely watch something that's not the news or anything to do with COVID, and I'm enjoying Billions, the show on Stan. So I haven't watched it before, so I'm at the very beginning, but I highly recommend that show. And then during the day when I am at home, I love listening to my podcast. A big one is Mamma Mia Out Loud.
Excellent. So thank you for that. I'm going to close with what I miss the most about not being able to work in an office environment and working at home. I miss the people. I miss the interaction with people. I really, really do miss that. Of course, video conferencing is wonderful, but nothing beats face-to-face interaction. This week was my dad's 80th birthday, and I wasn't able to celebrate with him being there. So it was very, very difficult actually not being able to see loved ones, very hard. But I'm thankful and I'm grateful for having my health in my family and friends and colleagues, both in Liberty as well as our clients. And I'm very grateful we all still have jobs. So I'm very happy for that. I remain positive and optimistic about the future, and I look forward to new beginnings and new ways of working. So thank you very much, everyone.